guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get a free Gobblegum on the EISENDRACHE. It's a cool little Easter egg. Now, I know this is about 3 weeks late, and you may be thinking, well, why the hell are you uploading this video then? Well, the thing is the only reason I didn't upload this video was because I was unable to record, upload videos for 2 weeks. However, I did have this video ready to go 3 weeks ago, but obviously because I couldn't upload, it never ended up happening. And all day today, what I've decided to do is I want to cover every single Easter egg on the EISENDRACHE that I never covered during that 2-week period. And the reason for this is it just feels better for me knowing that I've covered everything. And the map isn't even out on Xbox yet, so it will still be relevant once it's out on Xbox and PC, as obviously they haven't even gotten the map yet. And personally, I just want to cover everything about this map. So the first step is pretty simple. All you need to do is you want to come over to the teleport room in the Undercroft section of the map. And you want to come over to this section, which you can see on screen, to where there's this plant pot on top of the table with a small little plant in it. And if you press square X or F on that plant pot, it will actually pick it up. Now that you've actually gotten this plant pot, you're going to have to teleport back in time, and there's 2 different ways of which you can actually do this. One of them is actually using the clock on the map, and the other way is by completing the first step to the main Easter egg. Both of these methods will work just as well. Now, the recommended way to actually do it in a multiplayer lobby with 2, 3 or 4 people is doing it via the clock method. This method can also be done on solo, but it's going to be quite difficult indeed. So in order to do this step, you want to have actually gotten the bow and arrow, and you also want to have built the gravity spikes, the DG4. If you don't know how to actually do both of these, there'll be links to tutorials down in this video's description. Now that you have both of these items, what you want to do is you want to come over to the clock tower and run up these stairs, and you actually want to shoot this red symbol on the clock tower, which will break the wall, and out will actually come an arrow to start the fire bow upgrade quest. You can pick that up if you want to start that quest, but you don't need to. And now what you actually want to do is you want to pull out your gravity spikes and press L1 to place the gravity spikes. So once you've actually placed the gravity spikes on the ground, what you now need to do is if you come over to the base of the clock tower, there'll be this lever, and now that you've placed the gravity spikes, you'll actually be able to start and stop this lever. You can press square X or F on it and it will start the lever, and it will actually start the clock. The clock will start to move. What you now need to do is you need to have one person standing outside the clock tower, and they need to actually be watching the clock until it turns to exactly 9:35. And you need to then have one person standing on the right by the lever, and the person watching the clock needs to tell you just before it turns to 9:35. At about 9:33 to stop the clock, so that you can then press square X or F on the lever, and then it'll stop on 9:35. This may take a few attempts to do, but once you've done it 1 or 2 times, it'll become a lot easier from then on. You can't stop it anything after 9:35 or before 9:35. It must be exactly 9:35. It can't be 9:33 or 9:36, otherwise this won't work. You need to stop the clock exactly on 9:35. Now, if you're in a solo game, it's going to be a lot more difficult to actually stop it on 9:35. Because what you're going to need to do is you need to go and watch the clock until it turns to about 9:25, and then you need to time the clock and quickly run into the clock tower and actually stop the lever. It's going to be very, very difficult in a solo game. When I was in the other day in a game, it actually took me about 2 hours to do in solo just to get this to work. It's really, really difficult to time the clock. So if you're in a solo game, I wouldn't recommend doing this step to actually teleport back in time. I'm going to be showing you an alternative step in a second. So now that you've actually stopped the clock on 9:35, you want to actually go into the Undercroft section of the map. And what you're going to actually want to do is you need to activate the anti-gravity in the map. And as soon as the anti-gravity actually activates by standing on all 4 of the different pressure pads, once it actually activates, you need to start wall running over these circle symbols. These 2 circle symbols, which you can actually see in the gameplay in the background, and you need to start wall running continuously over these symbols, and eventually after about 30 seconds you will actually teleport back in time to the past version of the teleport room. Now that you're actually here, you want to come over to the exact same section of the teleport room as to where you actually picked up the plant pot in the original teleport room in the present time, and you want to press square X or F on that, and it will actually place the plant pot in that spot. Now that you actually teleport back in time, back to the present time, and you go to the real teleport room, you will see that the plant of which you placed back in time has now grown into a fully fledged plant. The reason for this is because you placed it back in time, and obviously a lot of time has passed, so the plant has now grown. And you then want to press square X or F on the actual plant pot, and it will actually pick it up. It will actually pick up a Gobblegum, and it will give you a random free mega Gobblegum. It could be any Gobblegum within the game, one that you have or one that you don't have, and it's really cool because you don't need any liquid divinium for it, and it's useful, and you could get a free perkaholic, who knows. Okay, so now I'm actually going to be showing you an alternative way to actually get this Gobblegum, and this is the way that I recommend you to do it within a solo game, because if you're in a solo game, it's going to be very difficult to stop the clock on 935, and this is just a much easier method. However, if you want to do this within a multiplayer game, by all means go ahead and do so. It's pretty easy to do in a multiplayer game also, but these are the two different ways to do it. This way is the recommended way on solo. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do the first step to completing the main Easter egg. Once again, before you actually do this, you need to actually pick up the actual plant pot from the teleport room, obviously. Once you've actually done that, you need to have at least one upgraded bow within the game. You can have the Fire, Wolf, Storm, or the actual Void bow. It doesn't matter which one you have, but you only need one of these. And what you're actually going to have to do is, once you've upgraded one of the bows, you then need someone in the game to actually get the original bow, the normal bow. Or you can place your upgraded bow, if it's you who's upgraded a bow, back in the Undercroft section, and you can go re-pick up the original bow. But you just need one person to actually have the original bow. And now that you've got the original bow, you want to come over to the teleport room, and you will actually have to start shooting the orbs that are on top of the teleporter. And what will happen is that the orbs will actually glow orange, and you need to shoot every single one of them until they all turn orange. And as soon as you do this, you'll hear this very weird sound, which you can hear right now. This sound will actually tell you that you've started the main Easter egg quest for EISENDRACHE. As soon as you've actually started this quest, you need to go ahead and re-pick up your upgraded bow if you were the one to have actually upgraded it, or if multiple people within your game have the upgraded bow. You all need to start doing this step. Now, what this step actually is going to be a wisp step, and what's going to happen is, as soon as that sound initiates, there's going to be a random item on the map which will actually become electrified, and there will actually be 4 of these that will actually spawn when you're trying to do this step. And you need to shoot each one with the upgraded bow. However, if you shoot the wrong location, it will actually fail this step, or if you run out of time, you're going to have about a few minutes to actually do this step. If you run out of time, again, you'll fail this step. So I'm going to be telling you right now where all the locations can be for this wisp. As I said, only 4 of the locations will actually have the wisp on, and they won't all spawn at once. Only one of them will ever be on the map at a time, and once you've actually found that first one, you need to then shoot it with the upgraded bow, and then the second one will spawn, and the third one, and then the fourth one, and so on and so forth. So all of the different locations are the radio in the opposite corner to Speakola, the clock above the command center room, the clock in the hall leading from the clock tower, the phone on a pillar opposite to the power switch, the globe in the small room beside Samantha's room, the box in the room above Double Tap, the car tire by Double Tap, the phone at spawn near Quick Revive. So you need to rapidly start looking in all of these locations, and you want to look really fast. Preferably have one, if you're in a multiplayer game, preferably have one person standing at each location as soon as this wisp step activates. And you need to start rushingly looking through each of these locations, and as soon as you've found the first wisp, you then want to shoot it with the upgraded bow. And what will happen is this sound that you heard when you actually initiated this step in the first place will actually happen again, and a wisp will actually spawn in the game once again. Again, you want to find where this wisp actually is, and you want to shoot it with an upgraded bow. Once you've done that, you'll hear the sound again, and the third wisp location will actually spawn on the map. Again, start looking on all of these different locations around the map to where this actual location is. And once you've found the wisp, again, shoot it with the upgraded bow. You'll hear that sound again, and finally, the fourth and final wisp will actually spawn on the map. Look for all of the locations once again, and once you've found the fourth wisp, shoot it with the upgraded bow. And once you've actually done that, and you've shot all four wisp locations, you'll hear this eerie sound, which will and you'll know that you've actually completed this step. Now that you've done that, what you want to do is you want to actually go over to the teleport room, and you'll see that on the base of the teleporter it will be glowing purple, and you simply want to go up to that, and you want to press square to X or F to actually teleport, and it will actually teleport you back in time to the past version of the actual teleport room. This is the same room which you could actually teleport in if you were doing the alternative 935 version of this step where you've got to stop the clock. However, this time you will actually see Dr. Groff in the room, and this is actually part of the main Easter egg. If you're not trying to do the main Easter egg, just ignore him. And once again, you want to come over to the section to where you actually originally picked up the actual plant pot, and press square X or F, and that'll place the plant pot down. And then now that you've actually teleported out of the actual teleport room, you'll teleport in the rocket section, and a panzer will actually spawn, and you want to kill him, and then you want to go and teleport back, or you can actually use the Wonder Sphere, and you then want to go all the way back to the teleport room, and once again go over to the teleport room to where you can see the fully grown plant in the plant pot. Press square X or F, and that will give you a random free mega gobblegum. And those are the two alternative ways to actually get the free gobblegum on EISENDRACHE. I know this is a bit of a long one. Other people have done really short tutorials, but I wanted to make this tutorial really detailed and show you both of the alternative ways to actually get this free gobblegum. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make subscribe for new and for latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.